How's it going, beautiful beings? How's it going? So time sprung forward. April. Y'all know April is the new year. And April is New Year's. So I'm just letting you know in advance, Happy New Year to everybody, okay? Happy New Year. Okay. Sorry about that. And this is a smart laundry. This shit is so fire, okay? Is something flying in here? Okay. This is a smart laundry. I think it fell on my head, but this is a smart laundry. So the doors open up by themselves. They got TVs in there, Wi-Fi in there. I don't think nobody live in there, but I do know that time sprung forward and they late opening, and it's a smart laundry place. So they gotta switch it up or something. 1 second. So no, the doors didn't open yet. So I'm just gonna go by the old time on my car. It ain't smart either. It ain't update. I gotta update it myself. So it's about to be 8 o'clock. And this laundromat opens at 7. But it's smart. The lights came on their own. The lights were off. They got cameras everywhere. You put your money on a card, you load a card. But I wanted to talk about something. I keep hearing the word martyr, and I'm like, Spirit, you've been telling me about this martyr for a while. I remember my mom was like, come here. So I was out in the RV some years back, and she was like, come here. And my whole life, you get your ass whooped for leaving your toys in the walkway, right? So she was like, come here. And I was kind of frustrated, probably wasn't feeling good or didn't want to be bothered. Like, like what possibly could she want? What possibly could she want? So I didn't come. I'm grown, I ain't come, And she set a mortar and pestle, y'all, on the steps. Now, me, a person who been whooped and spanked and beat all your childhood, not to leave something. It's still there. Not to leave something in the walkway. She set it on the steps. So she opened the screen to the RV and she set this mortar and pestle down. And I'm stepping out the camper or the RV, and I step on top of the mortar and pestle, and my ankle went woo 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 woo. And I held on, like I didn't fall. I didn't break nothing. And I started saying, are you out of your fucking mind? Why would you put that on the steps? What, you wanted me to break my neck? It's a damn Ghostbuster flying here. Like, you can't see it with the naked eye. You only can see it in the camera. Like, I don't see it. But every time it fly in the camera, I see it. It's a orb or something. So we got into it. I said, man, you done lost your mind. I said, let me put something at your doorstep or on the steps. Well, you about to fall. You about to hit the motherfucking ground. That shit was crazy. Like, it had the mortar and the pestle together. But back to this, Spirit been saying, martyr. Bitch, I ain't no motherfucking martyr. Motherfucker, you don't know me now, you ain't gonna know me later. Fuck them videos later. We ain't band together now. Fuck you. I'm not the one. I'm already telling you right now. Because I keep hearing that word martyr. Like, what? Like, that's when a motherfucker don't know you until you dead and gone. Then they want to talk about you. Y'all lame. Humans are fucking lame. And I'm going to tell you something. It's a lot of motherfuckers I ain't know about till they died. Yeah, that's fucked up, ain't it? Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Y'all wasn't on the frequency when I was on the frequency. Fuck you. You think I care about dying for a cause to help humanity 1,000 years later? I already said my piece. Souls don't come back. Souls do not come back to this planet. Don't. Because once you understand the frequency, how they could just, it could be a person that they probably never gave involuntary thoughts, intrusive thoughts, and all of a sudden they flip. This person seems so sane, so sound, so peaceful. Then they could do one thing wrong in public. Let's say a celebrity. And that could be a threat, or they want to teach them a lesson. And all of a sudden that motherfucker start hearing all these intrusive thoughts, all this bullshit, being bombarded with certain frequencies. The doctor don't know how they got the motherfucking symptoms. See, I've been teaching this shit too long. So once you understand we under a frequency war, the rest don't even matter. And you know, I applied for a few jobs and I was like, Spirit, I really don't want to work at those jobs because they're damn near military grade. Like Walmart is military grade. Amazon is military grade. And Spirit was like, you too sovereign for that. You too sovereign for that. Matter of fact, the insurance company, the car insurance, the automobile insurance company, had a 1-page paper that they wanted me to sign about stacking and stuff. And it explained if you are natural persons, you can't pick this one. Now, wait a minute. Why you a natural person until you go to court? Then you are all uppercase. I ain't telling you no lie. You as an entity. You as a corpse. You as a corporation. You as a corpse. You're an entity. But on this, I screenshotted it. On this insurance thing, DocuSign, it has, do not select this option if you are a natural person. I screenshotted it. Matter of fact, remember I told you the last land I bought, you now have to sign an affidavit that you are a U.S. citizen or natural persons, mean flesh and blood. So it's certain people, it's certain entities, corporations and stuff that won't even deal with you because they already know who you are. You, like, no matter if you're in the business, just like I just posted something that said a driver is a hired person, is an employed person. So all these people around here driving that are not employed to drive, that's probably why they came out with Uber. So you could have been employed to drive. Because truthfully, you're supposed to drive in private. You're not supposed to be commercial. You're not supposed to have a driver's license. You're not supposed to be commercialized. You're supposed to drive in private until you become employed. But it has to be employed to drive. Yep. Everything you do is in private. That's why I say you don't want all your cars to be in a business. You don't want all your cars to be in a corporation. You don't want all your cars to be under some other entity. You want to be able to move in private. Your politicians have to be natural people. They have to be sovereign people. They cannot govern nobody as a corpse or corporation. They can represent a corporation, but they have to be a natural person. They have to be a sovereign citizen. So I pay attention to a lot of things in life, and I realize once you know who you are, certain things just stay out of the way. That's why I posted all them videos. I don't care what they talking about. If they make sense, they make sense. And I just don't plan on associating with nobody who can't speak their mind. You know what I mean? No hate for humanity, but you sitting up here watching 1 + 1 equals fucking 5 and you can't say nothing about it. That's a big issue. You get what I'm saying? That's a big issue. Like, you see somebody spraying something on humanity, but you can't speak about it. You can't even speak about the Jabberwocky. Like, you may have taken the Jabberwocky, but you can't speak about your symptoms, what you're going through, how you're doing. Did it help you or did it hinder you? Like, does that make any sense? No, it don't make no sense. Okay? It don't make no sense at all. Ooh, that feels so good. It don't make no sense at all. What time is it? It don't make no sense. But I've been watching this. I've been watching this for a long time, honey. And yes, y'all, I'm moving to the Midwest. Tornado Alley. I am moving to the Midwest, y'all. I'm relocating. I'm not moving. I'm relocating. It's one more thing I wanted to say. I got to put this on record again. You do not understand discipline. This is why, and it's a rough road to discipline. Okay? Don't think money management is your only discipline. Sometimes you have to deplete all resources and get the fuck on. Let me explain something to you, okay? When I moved to Florida, I used to talk to an associate, and he kept telling me over and over and over, he said, Sky, you will know how powerful you are when they build a whole city around you. I didn't understand because I went from a country town that was already built up military, okay? I came from Georgia. I came from a military town in Georgia. And I started trying out major cities like Houston, LA. Then I went to Florida, Jacksonville. I didn't know Jacksonville was major, okay? I didn't know it was a black city. It's really a black city, okay? And so when I moved there, my supernatural powers work at a level that the people who can observe the anomaly don't like it, okay? They still work good. I'm going to explain why if I remember. So I moved there. I'm there 2 or 3 years. I'm doing my spiritual work, money coming in, everything flowing. I don't have to get a job. I left California, still didn't have to get a job. But I knew to work for 6 months, like every other year. So I would go 18 months without working, and then I go drive trucks for 6 months, right? Keep my job relevant, keep my credentials relevant, medical card, all that. So we out on the balcony of the house, and I said, oh my God, Ma, they're building a shearer. They're building a cloaked 5G tower that looks like a pine tree. It's a shearer. Research a shearer, the goddess of shearer. And how that symbolized how they putting up objects that look like trees. I said, oh my God, they're putting up that tree. And I said, ain't it funny? It's facing the house. We could see it from our porch, from the balcony. She said, that is weird. Now, there was an empty lot across the street for $900,000. There was an empty lot where the old hotel used to be, Howard Johnson. I don't know the hotel name, but it was something very nice back then. You know, this community got ran down. They didn't have no sidewalks, nothing. So when I came over there, they started gentrifying the neighborhood. They put in sidewalks. The old man down the street was so mad. He was like, I'm going to keep walking in the street. Y'all ain't never had no sidewalk before. I've been here 70 years. Now, this is what they do. They build a whole city around you. Pay attention now. This how spiritual and strong I am. I ain't trying to brag. Motherfucker, get your life together. Get your spirituality together. Raise your kundalini. Get that shit together. Because you're going to wish you had it. You're going to wish you was practicing and training it early. Why? Because if the planet has an anomaly and it needs you to activate, if you've never ran those neurons, you might self-combust. Okay? So back to it. So he fussing about the sidewalks, how they gentrifying everything. The sidewalks and stuff. Now, they still didn't have no smart school. They didn't want to put a smart school there until the liquor store was about to go up. So they done turned they bought the liquor store for $1.6 million. They put up the smart school in 6 months or less. They built the morgue behind it. They sent papers to my house that the morgue was less than 300 feet from my house. I'm a new homeowner. Started from scratch, land, home. So we got the smart school. They got radiation coming dead into my mama's house. Literally, you walk out to the sidewalk, warning, right on the sidewalk. The school ain't even 300 feet across the street. The Ashira tree, the pine tree, face the EMF detector. Then you got to walk in your backyard or in the front of my house. Well, in my case, I would have to walk in front of my house. In my mom's case, you would have to walk in her backyard. So peep game. For 4 summers, I was able to grow papaya and tropical fruit trees, bananas. They turned on a frequency during the pandemic that had the whole neighborhood fucked up. They didn't know what was coming or going. The lady across the street saying, should I take the Jabberwocky? Should I take it? She said, I done came down with it. And look, the frequency's so bad that they're using on people. She said that she was hallucinating. She ain't take no shot yet. She came outside with a cane and said, Sky, this is bad. She said, I'm walking with a cane at 40 years old because I'm scared I might fall and I'm hallucinating. Now, mind you now, they didn't have no 5G tower in a 20-mile radius of that neighborhood until I got there. That's how powerful a motherfucker is. When that Jack and the Beanstalk rose, listen, it all happened at one time. Jack and the Beanstalk came up through the house. A pond showed up in the backyard and a freight train come running through there. I do not know what frequency I was on. I don't know how I got there, but I had tapped into some shit. Then I was laying down and I could see the Jack and the Beanstalk. I could see the tree go up through the house. And I was laying down and I didn't panic. All of a sudden, a transformer. He had the gun arm and everything, and he was sitting on the floor. And I said, why are you here? And he said, I'm here to protect you. I promise you, whatever tree came up through the house, they were not trying to protect me. They was trying to make sure I didn't go up the tree. I didn't go up Jacob's ladder. I didn't rise I didn't activate it completely. Because why would something want to spiritually descend down? You should have seen the fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional protocol that was going on around me. It was crazy. So they was like, okay, this bitch really be activating shit. So they put up the tower. They put up the 5G tower. But that's not the deadliest part. They throwing it in our faces now. Well, my face, because people in the neighborhood are clueless. You mean to tell me out of all the land, up and down I-95, you had to put a 3-story morgue with incinerators, got the smokestack, got 4 smokestacks, right in a tri-neighborhood. You got neighborhoods on both sides of the street, and you put it right beside a school? A school. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all ain't got to believe me. I said, we're going to have a gap with women. Right now, a lot of 40-year-old women are dying. So 20 years from now, you won't have no 60-year-old women. Okay? I'm going to say it again. We're going to have a big gap where 40-year-old women going to disappear. And I explained this. Just out the blue, the little demon jumped in my neighbor and said, I'm sad. I said, what you sad for? That girl died. I said, what girl died? The girl across the street from me. I said, how old she was? 41. 3 more women in that neighborhood died at 41. And, it's open now. And they hit 3 old women back to back. They all died 2 weeks apart. Then just out the blue, my neighbor across the street can't walk no more. Just out the blue, can't walk no more. Y'all don't understand this frequency war. Me telling you this don't even matter. You know what I mean? And then the reason why I do stupid things online, like the other day, I was drinking and twerking and rap and playing with my titties, because it's a way of disassociating. Like, ooh, we can't make her a political face. You motherfucking right, you can't. What the fuck? Do you know what? Listen, when I go home, they turned on the frequency when I went home. I didn't have no cold. I went down there fine. In 48 hours, I was coming down with a cold. Bad one too. All the cold was coming out of my brain, my throat, my chest. People may say, oh, you changed weather. Nah, them motherfuckers turned on that frequency. And I'm going to tell you how I know they turned on that frequency. The old man down the street, daughter, got sick the same day. And it would seem like it was a female cold because little kids was just a coughing. It seemed like it was a female cold. Like it was just targeted for the X chromosome or something. All this is hypothetically, theoretically, allegedly. Listen. So how do you feel if you're a new homeowner and they put up a Ashira tree, a 5G tower cloaked as a pine tree? They put a smart school beside you. And they put a morgue in your backyard. Literally in my backyard. This is what I mean. The whole subject is about sacrifices. You have to take a sacrifice. You have to keep moving. You don't know how to protect yourself through the frequency. You just gonna keep doing it. They're just like the cell phones. Y'all better learn how to walk out the house without the cell phone. I may post a lot of shit, but I go a lot of days. I could go months without posting. I could go months without looking at my phone. I remember when I first had Boost Mobile. This when I transferred my number from Boost Mobile to Verizon. Let me hit you something. I was in LA and I said I was going to go off the grid. I said I wasn't going to use no phone. I turned my phone off. You get 60 days to have your phone off. Boost Mobile sent me an email, and Boost Mobile had this banner up when you sign in your account that said, you're about to lose your phone number in 24 hours. Listen, I swear on my life. Boost Mobile had a banner pop up that said, you will lose your phone number in 24 hours if you do not reactivate it. But that ain't what the lady said on the phone. The lady said on the phone, you got up to 60 days to reactivate your service before you lose your phone number. Boost Mobile, that's how much they be stalking you, spying on you, trying to manipulate you and control your life, collecting data on you. It's all about data. If you ain't giving them no data, you just off the market. You off the market. So let me finish. Are you gonna, let's say if I had children and I had a husband, and I see that they put a 5G tower up in the neighborhood. I see they put a smart school across the street. I see they put a morgue across the street. All that equal frequency, war, and death. 5G tower plus morgue equals rest in peace. 5G tower plus morgue equals rest in peace. What? Oh, because I bought a home and I'm paying debt, I'm supposed to suffer? I'm supposed to let somebody fry me? I'm supposed to let somebody turn on a frequency that give me flu-like symptoms? Y'all don't know what silent weapons for quiet wars? Read the book. Read the book. Your cell phone is called a cell phone because it can activate your DNA. It already know your thoughts. It already know your visions. Do you know a lot of people getting locked up for murder now because of their thoughts? A motherfucker probably murdered somebody 30 years ago. And they probably had a vision of how they murdered that motherfucker. Or maybe they didn't have a vision. Maybe a motherfucker pissed them off. Like maybe they was driving in traffic and the motherfucker, they remember that motherfucker they murdered 30 years ago. I'm just saying. And they pictured how they want to do that motherfucker like they did the motherfucker 30 years ago. Do you know they would go back and find the evidence? Because you gave them an image in your head. You've been compromised with nanoparticles. You've been compromised. Your sight, your vision, your whole body. The only thing they can't tap into is God, the source energy. They computers are not that advanced. But what they will do, they would try to atrophy certain parts of your body so that you can't communicate with that source energy. You know what I mean? That's like they talk about your kidneys. Your kidneys fine. But when you damage them to no return, like you can heal your body, but if you damage them to the point they can't repair themselves, or you can't build up enough prana and chi to do it. Let me get out of here before these people start coming in here. I could go and have my clothes in the wash machine. Let me see, do I got that car? I ain't telling you no lie, y'all. I wouldn't lie to you. Yeah, they the shit. Reusable, reloadable laundry cord. Well, I'm gonna get off here, go wash this stuff, and load this cord. I don't know what to say, y'all. I don't know what to say, but don't sit up there. If something ever happened to me, Don't sit up there and try to decipher that shit. I'm a 9. We all know I'm a 9. I was born a fucking 9. This is my last time on this planet. They don't want to see me come back anyway. Because they know I can see. They know I can see. They've been trying to bombard me. Man, every intersection I go through, a fire truck go through it. And I'll never forget Nebraska. I went through Nebraska once a month. No, twice. So I go through Nebraska and I come back through. So I went through Nebraska and come back through. I pull over and pee before I go down this road. So I pull over, pee in the cup, pull the cup out. Okay? Yeah, that's what truckers do. It's a red light. After I pour the pee out and pull up to the red light, the light turns green. When the light turns green, I'm going through the light. Every time I had to slam on brakes because 2 fire trucks run through the light. So I leave and go back to Florida. It's time for me to go back to Oregon again. So I go to Oregon, and when I come back, I take this route. I pull over on the side of the road. I pee, I pour it out. Pull up to the red light. Do you know, out of nowhere, ain't no traffic, no nothing. Do you know them 2 motherfucking fire trucks showed up again in that intersection after the light turned green for me? So the light turned green. I'm pulling off. I'm going through the intersection. Woo, 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 woo. I slam on brakes. Now, how the hell I'm 1,800 miles away from home? This is 2 total different occasions, and it happened again. So now, when I go that route, I don't even take that exit. I go down 2 more exits and go through another road. I'm not lying to you. This shit is not a game. This is a noise campaign. They do noise campaign. They do all types of shit. And I'm trying to explain to you. A lot of people will be like, man, I just bought this house. My children I got established in the school. You would let your children fry. You would let your husband get attacked. I'm not going to do it. I came in this bitch by myself. I'm leaving by myself. And I ain't stuck. I ain't no tree. I ain't no plant. I get up, I move. One last thing before I go, there's an associate that's been bombarded by bullshit for a while. So everybody withhold information on their life. They ain't gonna tell you everything. But I knew it was a reason why he was putting up with a bunch of bullshit where he was putting up with it. And I said, well, something must be wrong. You won't leave. So finally, he decided to leave. He decided to get another job. Let me tell you how this shit works. I'm going to tell you how your employer can be having you under certain projects and PSYOPs programs and you don't even know it. So when they found out he was going to leave after being with them 12 years, all of a sudden he started getting this beeping in his truck. I say, damn, you think somebody trying to sabotage that truck? What's that noise? I said, I got to get off the phone. So they already done made it so we can't discuss things and we have to get off the phone. I said, you need to run that by a shop because it seemed like the sensor went out. Nah, the sensor didn't go out. Bing, bing, bing. Every 30 minutes, it come back on. Bing, bing. They have made it so that your boss can go in and tweak the truck. So the boss can say, I would like to know if their seatbelt on or not. But it's a glitch. It don't let you know if the person got their seatbelt on or not. It triggers the sensor to say the seatbelt not on. And this is how I know it. There's another girl I know. She said the whole fleet seatbelts kept beeping. It went on for days. I said, bitch, I'm not about to talk to you on the phone. They found out that the boss went in there and changed the settings to the trucks so they could remotely change the settings to the trucks. Now, mind you now, this same truck, four ways, came on. Okay? So I was borrowing the truck. The four ways was on while I was asleep. So instead of them coming to get me to tell me to turn my lights off, they say somebody got in my truck. That's why I'm leaving anyway. You getting in my truck. Like, I be having shit laid out. I have my wallet, my money, my keys, my jewelry. Like, sometimes I pull my rings off and just set them in the seat. What you mean you in my truck? So the four ways came on. So somebody got in the truck and turned them off. They didn't come get me in my camper and say, hey, go turn, or call me on the phone. We got everybody's phone number. So one night, about 5 months later, I get back. Not about 3 months later. I leave to go shopping and run some errands. I come back. It's 10 o'clock at night. The four ways on in this truck. I said, Either a ghost or something, an anomaly, or somebody hacked that truck. The four-way stayed on for 3 whole days, probably 4. The associate said, I'm not about to touch that truck. That's what they want you to do. So I'm not about to touch it either. Finally, the maintenance man cut the four ways off on the truck. But do you know somebody can hack that truck and remotely do it? They could do these smart cars. The same way they got the kill switch, they could run you. They could run you like, they could make this motherfucker run anywhere they wanted to run. These devices are not here to make your life easier. These devices are here to set you up. All of them. That's just like these trucks now in the 18-wheelers. When you press the throttle, the fuel, the gas, y'all call it gas, but we can't really call it gas. We call it the throttle because we got diesel. Do you know it's not going like through combustion? You're pressing on the pedal. The brakes work normal because you have to stop. But that throttle, it sends a signal to a computer. And the computer regulate how fast you can go and how much RPMs you can use. Like when you step on it, you're literally waiting for the computer to engage and say, okay, you got permission to go. The computer working right, the air level's right, the combustion level right. We will let you go. It's computerized. Back in the day, you step on it, you making it move. Now you step on it. Now you step on it and you're sending an alert to the computer to start driving the truck. No lie. You ain't even driving the motherfucking truck no more. They got a such thing called creep mode. It know when you're on a hill so you don't roll back. Because remember, you're not really driving it. So when you press on that throttle, it has a sensor that engage so the truck won't roll back. When I started driving truck, you were the one who made sure the truck didn't roll back. So what if the sensor go out? You're going to be driving with 2 feet. I done had it happen before. You press down on the throttle, you on a hill. I mean, you press real fast. And it still started to inch back. Yeah, you got to use 2 feet. Because you're waiting on that computer. You're waiting on the brain to send the message to the engine to go. It get better and better by the years. Okay, but I just know we used to have to make sure the truck didn't roll back. Okay, I'm going to get off here. Just think about it. If you bought a place and they put up a 5G tower around you and a morgue, and the pandemic came and everybody in the neighborhood fell ill, I mean, I watched him walk to the door and say, yeah, I got it. I had to stay home. And see, the lady who tried to get me hemmed up, she just had a stroke the other day. I said, They sitting there like ducks. I ain't about to sit there like no duck. I said, how the hell I been up north 9 months, never got sick, went back home for a week and got sick within 48 hours. I ain't gonna say my immune system the best thing in the world. I feel everything. I stay away from sick people. That's like you dating a guy and his chest crackling and he got a lot of cold in his nose and nostrils. I'm not about to kiss him. That nigga my body got to fight off whatever the fuck he got. Hell no. Just because that motherfucker ain't sweating and coughing like the flu, that don't mean that motherfucker, whatever bacteria he got crackling and cold in his, man, that man about to give you everything he got. Straight up. Okay, well, anyway, I'm getting off here. I just thought I'd let y'all know. Until next time, unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. If you would like a reading, by all means, check out the link in the description. What, you afraid to get a reading? Okay.